Hey YouTube, wanted to jump on here and do another video, give y'all a quick video. Again, for those that don't know me, my name is Samir, and this YouTube channel is about my experiences in Milwaukee, my struggles, my life in the hood, and the moments that could have took me out. I'm hoping that this channel could help anybody that is thinking about getting into a gang, thinking about taking that life of crime. I hope this change y'all mind and y'all take a different track. I hope this could change somebody or even affect one person's life. All right, today I know I told y'all that I was going to tell y'all the story, and I want y'all to understand when y'all on my channel, a lot of names that I'm going to use is fictionists. The streets may be fictionists. Sometimes they may be real, but you will never know. And at the end of the day, this is just to protect the innocent and to protect the people that don't want their name to be involved in any situations. Today, I'm going to give y'all a story about the main characters, my guy SP and my guy, we're going to say Nat, and it's me, Nat, SP. We used to hang around all the time. SP, he a cool guy. He was cool, he kind of taller than me, real slinky but stocky, yeah, had a little dark ring around his eyes, looked like a little mutt, you ask me. But anyway, so it was me, Nat, SP. We used to always hang around. And I want to give y'all guys a synopsis and kind of give y'all, go back a little bit so y'all can kind of get the gist of what the story is about. So like I told y'all before, the makeup of Milwaukee, in Milwaukee, at that time, we didn't have no Crips or Bloods. And if we did, it probably was like 1 or 2 Crips or Bloods. Basically, Milwaukee had, like I said again, the makeup, especially the gangland and the politics, was about GDs, vice lords, BDs, MCs, all the gangs that originated from Chicago, most of the gangs that we had in Milwaukee, because Milwaukee is basically an hour and a half away to an hour from Chicago. And it's like Chicago on steroids. I know a lot of people never heard about Milwaukee, never been to Milwaukee. And if you do go to Milwaukee, make sure you know somebody and what areas that you're in, because Milwaukee can get real dangerous real fast. That's why I'm hoping that my videos change and help another person change their life and to continue. And I hope that it helps Milwaukee to get a sense about itself and to continuously grow, man, and to get off that bull crap. But anyway, yeah, so it's me, SP. At this time, it's probably I want to say, I'm going to open this door a little bit. I'm getting hot. Matter of fact, let me turn this on. Give me 1 second, y'all. Yeah. So, let me see. So at this time, I think it had to be about 1995, 96 when Milwaukee gang activity just was getting really, really, really hot. You know what I'm saying? And I was real deep, knee deep into the gang. At this point, I was GD or folks, at that time. And we was real deep into the game, me and Nat. Actually, Nat was from Chicago. Nat actually helped me to go to Chicago and to get me put on count in Chicago, because that's where he was from. So I was really deep into the game, deep into the literature, deep into all of this. So I really took it seriously. So, and like I told you, the makeup in Milwaukee, you had people that was, claiming to be something, but most of the people that's in Milwaukee didn't go to Chicago and didn't really get put on. A lot of people in Milwaukee was really just claiming to be that. But regardless of whether they was claiming to be it or not, I still took it seriously, and anybody that did it, I still was taking it seriously at that time. But that's neither here nor there. So what happened is, at that time, it's probably like the summertime, we sitting up there, all of us enjoying ourselves, hanging out. And when we hung out in Milwaukee, we went to, like, at that time, we was going to a lot of house parties, things like that. Now, like, I told you the blocks in Milwaukee, me being on the north side, they went up in numbers. I was in the dirty trades. So I'm staying in the dirty trades. Let's say this was on trade 9, right? Say I'm staying on trade 9. The BDs begin to move in to Milwaukee. They were located. When they did move in, they moved in to on 42nd Street. Now before this, we had heard that the BDs were moving in, and these were BDs that was coming from Chicago, because you had people that was there that was claiming to be BD but never got put on BD count for real. So the BDs began to move in, and when the BDs were moving in, not only was they moving in, but they was bringing packs. Now for those that don't know what packs are, drugs. At this point, there's not the boy, it's the girl, and we talking about soft or hard or whatever you want to say, but it's the coca leaf, just put it that way. So they started coming in, and they was giving people packs on assignment. So what they'd do is they'd give you like 1,000 pack, boom, tell you, okay, just bring me back this, you keep $300. So they was putting people on like that, giving them packs. Now, they was giving, whether you was folks or whatever you was, they was giving them packs. Now, a lot of these people they was giving packs to, they ain't give us no packs because we didn't need them. We was cool. We was doing our own thing. I'm just going to say that. So we had a whole block where we was doing our own thing. They didn't need to give us no pack. Now, it's me, Spanky, and Natural. Now Spanky really wasn't doing that, even though he was with us. He used to be, you know, what up, but he was kind of like, he'd shake up with us, but he wasn't what we was. You know what I'm saying? He'd just shake up with us, but he was cool. He claimed to be what we was, and we was trying to, you know, we was giving him knowledge about what we was, because we was, you know how I'll put it this way, how people court people in, so you know, the same thing. So we was, you know, we was messing with him, and he, you know, he moved to the block. I think he moved to the block probably 5 years prior. So we was really got real close and real tough. So when they came, Spanky really kind of stopped hanging with us at one point. He was mostly, you'll see him kicking it with these BDs. Now, it was a couple of people that was on the block that flipped from GD to BD, but they really wasn't hanging with us, so I really didn't care what they was, and a lot of them was fake, like I said, from the jump. So now Spanky, he hung with us, so now I got to see him hanging with them, and when he'd come back around us, he'd be shaking up with us. And I'm like, so what's happening, man? What's going on? You know, and I'm asking him like, man, what's going on? Is you messing with them? Is you finna be BD, or what's happening? He like, nah, man, I ain't finna be no BD, man. You know, they just gave me a little thing. I'm trying to, you know, they looking out, you know, they got the money, man. You know, such and such looking out. And I'm like, oh, okay. So then like 2 weeks go on. Now at this time, the BDs was walking around Milwaukee and talking about BD or B, you know what else. So I'm like, you know, we not into it with them, but we ain't gotta like it for each other right then and there, or nothing like that. It's just a mutual respect. So at this point, me and Natural them had to meet, and I'm gonna say Nat had to go holla at the leader of the BDs that's coming down here, that was holding everything down and everything like that, because what they were doing, they're starting to infringe, and like they was trying to take over a certain area. So we had to go just let them know where they at and what's going on, and you know, the politics that's on the street politics. So you know, we was in a mutual respect, and they respected us. You know what I'm saying? Me and that brother, they definitely respected us, and when it came down to what we were saying, they gave us that respect. Now, at this point, SP, he like, you know, he ain't hanging with us. It's been 2 weeks since we seen him. Now that we seeing him, I'm seeing him walking with the BDs, and he's talking about BD or B, and I'm like, what are you talking about now? So later on that day, after we ended up going, because he did stay on the block, so he still had to come home. So we go down to his house, and I'm like, man, what's going on, bro? You know, is you? I'm like, so what you BD now? He like, yeah, man, I had to go on and take it, man. You know, I don't, I ain't with that. You know, I ain't never really feel you ain't that boo, 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 boo. But I'm like, man, but you kicking it with us. You shaking up with us every day. You doing all of this every day, man. But what you mean? You ain't really feel that like that, right? So he like, man, it's just whatever. Like I just said, it's be whatever. So we, at this point, me and him arguing, we about to get into it. I'm like, man, I'm just leave it alone, man. My guy, Nat, he pulled me to the side. He's like, bro, just leave that alone. You know what I'm saying? Y'all grew up with each other. That nigga gonna be whatever he gonna be. Let him do that. We gonna go our way. You know what I'm saying? That fake stuff. So me and that talk, I'm like, we just gonna cut him off. He ain't got nothing to say to us. He can't come and get nothing. And come to find out, not only was he at that point doing that, but he was also smoking, right? So later on, a couple of weeks go past, he come around. He ain't with he ain't hanging with the BDs right now this day. Me and that sitting, we on doing our thing. He walked past us, what up, what up? He tried to shake up with us. We don't shake up with him. You know what I'm saying? Because at that time, they, you know, and probably some of y'all that's in the gang, y'all know that it's a certain shake you could do, whether you a GD or a BD with each other. That means a mutual respect. So we did it with a lot of the BDs, but when it came to him, when he tried to shake up, I ain't shake up with nothing. I ain't doing that, man. And it's other, like I told you, it's other people that we knew that was in the hood that flipped. But for me, I took it personal that he hung with us with all the knowledge that we was giving him and pouring into him for him to make that switch, right? It was really, I was really, really heated. But at the end of the day, that was his choice. I tried to bag down, like I told you, and just cut him loose. So we're ignoring him at this time. The next thing you know, he come over there one day. He like, man, what up, man? He like, what up? What's up with you, man? You got a problem? I'm like, what you mean, bro? And this out the blue. He talking about, you got a problem? I'm like, what do you mean I got a problem? I said, yeah, I got a problem. I got a problem with you flip-flopping, man. I said, I don't mess with people like you flip-flopping, man. I said, we ain't messing with no person that flip-flops, man. So this is what I'm telling him. He like, nigga, woo, nigga, I'll whoop your butt. I'll whoop your, whatever. I'm like, man, we can do whatever, man. Whatever you want to do, I ain't messing with nobody that's flip-flopping. Put it this way. I said, nigga, why you mad? I'm asking, why you mad? I'm like, you doing what you doing. It ain't like we came at you no other kind of way, because we could have came at you some other kind of way, but you won that anyway. So this is the way that I'm coming at him. So I'm like, he like, whatever, man. He said, you the problem, man. You the problem. That's why don't nobody want to mess with me over here. So he talking about me. He mainly talking about Nat, because him and Nat was real tight at one point. Him, Nat, but me and Nat real tight. Me and Nat been real tight. So he really said like, oh no, you really try to turn people against me and things like that, man, because this and that. I thought we supposed to be friends. Now you, just because I'm this, you trying to turn people against me. I said, I ain't turning nobody against you, brother. I say, people, any one of these brothers can hang with you. I'm just not messing with you. Now, with that being said, he like, all right, whatever, he dipped. So I'm like, okay, whatever, man. You know what I'm saying? Me and Nat talk. I'm telling him, you know, man, I ain't hanging with him. Nat, you can hang with him. Because Nat still talk to him here and there, but he ain't messing with him like that. I just tell him, I don't hang with flip-flop. I don't do that. So Nat like, man, you know, it's Spank, whatever. So he still talk, whatever. I don't kick it with him. So, but Nat was still not being personal. Anytime he with me, he ain't messing with Spank. So like about a month passed, I think. This day, it had to be an early morning, man. He had to be an early morning, man. And I think Nat come and get me from the house, and I think, you know what I'm saying, I think me and him finna go to the gas station. Now the gas station, we on 39, we gotta go to 36, so the gas station about 4 blocks over. And so we walk into the gas station, we going through the alley. Now I see Spank come through the alley. and he got like a trench coat on. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not paying him no attention. I'm like, whatever, you know what I'm saying? So by the time we get to the front, after we go, so when you go to my house, you go through the alley, then there's another house right there. You get to the front of there right there. You know what I'm saying? We walking up the street. Spank come out the gangway. He say, what up now? What's all that now? What all that now you talking about? And I'm going to stop it right there. If y'all like my story, man, definitely like for part 2. Definitely subscribe and tell me how much y'all like my stuff, man. Definitely, man. But I'm going to stop right there.